Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move the activation switch on my power box down to my control box in front of the lathe, the switch and the LED, so that I could mount it on the back side of my pegboard. That's kind of what I was thinking about doing anyway. So I'll be taking this back off and putting the switch here and the LED. So I'm setting up over here on the bench. I'm going to pull the box apart. I've got camera set up here. I don't trust this camera. I videoed the camera that I just got. I videoed, and apparently I messed up formatting the card or did something. Anyway, none of the files came out. So I am about to make a video of modifying this, and I want to make sure I get it. So I'm going to use the same camera over here, and then I'm going to put this camera over here. Okay, so now they're both recording. So now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the switch and this LED light. So I'll need to pull the cover, pull it apart, and looks like go through here. I don't remember, it's been a while since I had this one apart. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run this switch wires out the side here, and then I'm going to mount the switch on the control box over there instead of the power box, because the control box will be out in front. I won't have to dig behind the lathe to get at it, so it'll work out better that way for me. Okay, so then get these got to come out also. I had some LEDs laying here somewhere. I was going to use, I don't see them right now. Okay, throw them on the floor. I salvage LEDs out of the electronics that I take apart. If it has an LED in it, I usually unsolder those and use them over. That's just me being tight, not wanting to buy. Or, as some would say, frugal. Frugal. That's being frugal. Alright, so I'm going to take that out. I think this here is the socket fits that. Nope. Wrong socket. Pretty sure I had a socket out here to fit that. Just don't know where I put it. Alright, where to go? It's underneath this. That's not it. This one ain't it. Oh! See if I can get it with the pliers. I don't know how tight I made that. Oh, not very tight. Okay, take that switch out of there. I see my LEDs here, laying by the foot of the tripod here. I have one glued in there, and I'll have to unglue it, but push the switch out of there and see if I can get this LED out of there. I think I'll just cut these wires. I'll snip these two wires off. Okay, so So I gotta get that. Take a razor blade and cut the glue loose. And hopefully I can get it out of there. Like I say, I salvage the LEDs if I can. I like taking electronics and stuff apart and just kind of seeing how they're all put together. Okay. Hopefully I won't wreck this LED. And again, I might. Cut some of this glue off on the back side. Well, you guys probably aren't seeing this, but I'm just going around trimming the glue off on the back side that I had glued it in place. Furnace just kicked off finally. A little bit hanging on there yet. Okay. Let's squeeze it off cold. I don't want to pull on the LED. I'll probably end up wrecking it anyway. Yeah, one of the wires came loose. The other one is still hanging on. There we go. Now, I got it out of there. I'll set this back there. See if I can peel some of this glue off of there. I mounted it with glue because I didn't have a mounting socket. And this is a square LED anyway. Like I say, it was salvaged off of some other electronics that I had. I'll clean up this glue on the side here. You can pull the heat shrink off maybe. Oh, I should probably plug in my, there we go. Now, before I venture to use this one, I want to make sure it still works. So I'll plug my test box in over here. Let's see, I don't know which, this one's the long one. It should be the negative. We'll see. Turn the switch on, make sure I got the right voltage. 6.1. That's 3 volts. So we'll go, I think this is the negative side. And we'll go positive. Maybe not. Yeah, It still works. Well, what's going on here? Maybe it works. I don't know. Don't know if it's actually working or not. I thought I seen it flash a couple times. Yeah, there we go. So that it's still working. So I can use this LED and that control box, or I can go with a round one. I might just go with a round one. It'll fit in the hole much nicer. I don't know which is negative on these, because these are salvaged in the solder. The little pegs that I have to solder on are going to be pretty short, but see, make sure that it works. Yep. So I'll use one of these. They're pretty small. So now let's get back to the box, and I'm going to unsolder those and put my soldering iron in. Oh, if I can figure out where I put it. Huh. Oh, right here. I have a magnet on, so I can kind of stick it anywhere. It's stuck on the side of the bench. And I'll have to wait for it to heat up a little. Doesn't take too long, but taking clean off the tip a little bit. Sometimes that helps, because the crud that gets on there kind of insulates it. It doesn't usually take too long to heat up. It's starting to get hot. I'll speed it up a little bit. All right, let's see if we can unsolder these two wires on the switch. Not hot enough yet. Nope, not hot enough yet. Well, I'm going to let that sit here and heat up. I'm going to go quick, take the control box off. I don't think that'll take very long. It'll just be a little trip over here. Actually, I'm not going to take the control box off. I'm just going to take the cover off. And I don't really need to take. Is it hot yet? You guys keep an eye on it for me. Oops, drop the screw on the floor. And unhook my wires. And all I did was just took the cover off of it, so it's ready to go. Put the switch and stuff in it. I'll set that off to the side here. Should be hot enough now. Alright, let's see. Ta-da! Okay. So we got the switch loose. Put that over here. I'm going to leave this plugged in. We've got some soldering to do. And then these two are the switch. And it doesn't matter what side of that switch it goes on, because all it's doing is, all that switch is doing is completing the circuit. It's a gray and a green wire. That's what fires up this box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some heat shrink around those two, so I know those two go together for the switch. And I'm going to use some of my new stuff that I got here. I just ordered this kit on the web. I had this set that I actually bought from, I think I bought this at Harbor Freight, but she's running pretty low, so I ordered this set. And, you know, it's pretty cheap, and it seems like it's a pretty nice set of heat shrink. Got plenty of sizes. Probably this size here. Yep. And we'll just slide that on. And that'll keep those two wires together. Like I say, then I'll know that these are the switch. And I know I'm not supposed to use a torch for the heat shrink. I'm supposed to use my heat gun, but that's over in the cabinet and I'm not going to go get it. So we're just going to quick cheat with the torch. Now those two are together. Now these two are the LED, and they're going to come out the same spot here. So what I'm going to do is put a heat shrink around those also. First I'm going to, I'm thinking about cutting them the same length here. And I think I will. Snip them off at the same length. And this time I'm going to use a different color. Blue one. A blue one for the LED. I'll write these colors down somewhere. Blue with black and red, and then black with the green and gray. So I'll know later on, I'll know what color goes to what, so I don't get confused, any more confused than I already am. Ooh, let's start fire here. Okay, so that's the LED, and that's pretty much all I have to do in there. And the yellow and the black here is 12 volts. The rest are different various voltages, and I don't know if I'll ever use those. I'm going to put a big heat shrink around them all. Let's see if I'll get one out of my old kit here and put around it. See, I got one that's big enough to go around everything. Feed all of it through. And then feed these through. I like using the heat shrink on stuff rather than tape. It's easier for one thing. I think it actually looks a little bit better. I know there'll probably be some that'll disagree with that, but for me, I like it that way, with the heat shrink around it. Might have to go and cut this heat shrink off a little bit. Trying to slide it in as far as I can. I should have a rubber grommet here. I may have to turn up a nylon grommet or some type of non-conductive material. Oops, I don't want to pull them too tight and wreck something in there. Just enough room to solder. Won't be able to see, but I know that green and gray. I'll go back at the video if I forget what they are, but the green and the gray is the switch, red and the black is LED light. So as long as I have the video, I'll know. And then we'll shrink this up on there. That's one nice thing about video and stuff too. If you're taking stuff apart or taking something apart, and then you come back to put it back together, and if you get confused, you can go back and look at your video, which is nice sometimes. Alright, so now I can put this back together. I wish I had a rubber grommet that I could put in there right away, but I don't. So I'll get one eventually. But this is going to hang in the back, you'll never see it. It's not going to be out where. Get this in the right way. This has got 2 prongs. Goes this way. Oop. Gotta get this little plastic shield in the inside there. Just screw back in, and I'll plug these holes with some silicone or something. Don't tighten them up, just put them in. Get them all started first. Okay, and then I had an oddball one because I lost one. Actually, I got 2 of them that are oddball. And this one. I think this one, it must have been this one. Huh. Well, maybe I didn't have one in there. They don't all really need to be in there. Take that out. I'll just tighten these up. Yeah. Alright, and then there was 2 on this side. Oh shoot, didn't get that in there. Take it back off. At least take these 3 out on this side so I can get that up and get that in where it belongs. What happens when you get in a little bit of a hurry? Trying to make the video a little shorter instead of so long. Get this, has to get in underneath here. There we go. Now pull it back on. Furnace is blowing on me. I'm getting kind of warm. I'm going to turn it down. There's another thing that I salvage out of. If I see an old computer laying anywhere, or that I can have or salvage, I'll take it and take the boxes out, because These boxes actually come in pretty darn handy for power units and stuff. So, okay, so now we've got the cord on here. Now we're going to do this switch plate here, or the control box. And I want to put the switch over here and the LED over there. So, drill a hole carefully. Pull these wires off to the side. Yeah, I want it in line with this. I want it in line with the screen light, so which is that. So I'll put it right there. So I want a switch hole right there, and an LED light over here. Yep, that's what I want, right there and there. So I'm going to figure out what size to drill for that switch. The switch is 250. The LED, the little green LED, is 120. So we'll go over to the mill and poke some holes. So we're going to grab a 200 or 250, I mean. Grab a 250. This will work. I'll go quick poke a hole. Okay, I got the 250 drilled. Now I need a 120 drill, which I'm going to use the number 31. Alright, got the holes drilled. I have the holes drilled. I'm going to grab a burr quick, or an X-Acto knife. Get the chips out of there. Just taking the X-Acto knife around just to kind of get rid of the sharp edge. So, here we go. Get rid of my calipers, put that over here. And knock calipers on the floor. I'm known to knock stuff down. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is the LED. So, what I need to do is solder a couple leads on these small LED. then my helping hands here. I like these helping hands. They really make it easy or easier for me anyway, to solder up stuff like this. So now I want a small wire, and I salvage wires too. And I salvage all the wires out of the computer. So I want to use a red. I want a red one, a small one though. Out of this group here. I want a red one and a black one. And I'll snip that off. And then I need to find out which one is the red and which one is the black. So I'm just going to take my probes here. And we're going to check to see. Good guess. Negative is toward me. Is the one closest to me? That's pretty good guess. So we'll strip a little bit of, just a little bit off the end of this wire. Like that. And take and put a little bit of flux on there. Flux capacitor. So, and then we'll line that up with that. No, hopefully you can see that. Now, the solder over here. And we'll just put a dab of solder on that. Just like that. Okay. The next one is the red one. Take and strip a little bit of shield off on it. Just a little tab. Get a little flux on it. And clamp her in here. Come on. Come on, fingers, work. And line up that. And I don't like the way that looks. I'm going to go in from the other side here. Like that. And we'll put a little dab of solder on that. Okay, I think it took. See here in a second. Yep. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of heat shrink on the positive one. So, I'll take a piece of this heat shrink, and I'm just going to, I don't need the whole piece. I need half of it. We'll thread that on. And I'm not going to shrink it all the way up to the LED. I don't want to get it too hot. So we'll just do that. That kind of locks it into place so it can't slide around. It's ready. This is ready to put into the control. Let's just make sure that everything's still working the way it's supposed to. Double check, triple check, I don't know. Sometimes I asinine about it. But I like to make absolutely sure before I should plug my glue gun in too. Alright. This probe is POing me because the probe is not I didn't put them on wrong, did I? Or get it too hot and burnt it out. LED. No, it's this probe. There we go. Yeah, this probe in here is loose. Alright, so anyway, that is ready to go in to the box. So that can go right into that hole right there. Maybe just like that. The next is the switch. Okay, want to put some pigtails on it. So, in that I want a little heavier wire. I don't want real heavy wire, but I want something a little heavier than this other stuff that I just picked out. See what I got in my jumping box. And for that one, I will take be nice if I was using gray and green again. Don't have any gray and green? I had some here. Well, I got some thinner stuff. Okay, I'll clip that off. I'm getting a piece of gray here. There's the gray, and then I want a piece of green. This piece right here is going to volunteer. Okay, plain green. I had a whole box full of that. Short pieces of wire that I use for that kind of stuff. Like I say, I don't, comes to the electronic stuff, I don't throw much away. I try to recycle it, use it over again. Just a little dab of end off of that, put a little flux on it, and we'll put this one on the middle. On the middle one. This is loose. I don't want to break that, but it's loose. Alright. Solder that in place. Dab the solder on that. Just like that. And then tip it over and we'll do the next one. The gray one. Flux on that. And line that up. Might be enough solder on that one. On that post yet. Oh yeah. So that's done. And I think I'll put a little bit of heat shrink around that. Yeller. I'll put some yeller on it. Put some yellow heat shrink on that. Hold the two together. Just slide that up there. Right about there. about that close. Like I said, I know I'm not supposed to use the torch. Like I say, I've got a heat gun. I just classify it as too lazy to go get it. Okay. So now I can put the switch back in. Oh, unplug the soldering and plug my hot glue gun in here. That's what I'm gonna. That's how I'm gonna keep that LED in. I'm just gonna hot glue it in on the back side. So let's get the switch in here. Oh, I want to check to see which way is on and which way is off. Let's go. Where's my meter at? Alright. Open circuit right there. Closed circuit. So, is it open or closed right now? It is closed. And I flip it that way, it's off. Okay, so now I got it in the off position. I just want to know that, so when I put that on that control box, that I have it orientated the way I want, and which would be off that way, so I want it sticking that way. Just stick it in that hole there, and I want it that way. Now the nut. And, oh, there we go. Laid it right there. I should get a socket to tighten this up though, instead of pliers. Let's see, what size is this socket? 5/16. Gotta find a 1/4-inch socket. Well, this is a 1/4-inch socket right here. That's metric in between, right? Alright, I got a 9/32 socket. Left fit? No. Still looking. I do have some metrics. I do have some metrics, but not a lot. Not in deep flow sockets. Well, I guess that's probably why I tightened it with pliers before. Okay, so we'll just snug it up with those pliers. Tighten it up now. Okay. These are the plugins for this is the power unit. So now I want to get these out. Don't think there's going to be enough room there. So I may have to, I'll go out one of these other holes over here, I guess. I was going to plug those. I'll go down the bottom one. Actually, I should probably take them all out that way. That way it's not coming out toward the front. Well, I'll have to decide that. let's just hook everything up and make sure everything's going to work. So we'll strip these wires and this one, and those two. Okay, and put the power box over here. And this is the negative. Positive. And okay, we'll strip these a little bit. These are the two LED wires here, red and black. And I'll just get some jumpers, wires, and put the black on here, and the red on here, and we'll go down here, on the black. Cat's gonna drive me nuts. And there. Alright. And then we got the switch wires, which really doesn't matter if it's gray and green or not, but we'll hook it up the way it's color coded. And then the green goes on here. I don't have enough. I'll get another jumper. I don't want to strip a bunch of wire shielding off. And we'll put that on there. That's off. I'm going to plug in the power box. Okay. I put the switch on. It should register. Ah, it lights up, registers. And then control. Switch it off, switch it on. And then this is left and right. I don't have the motor hooked up, but everything looks like it's working. So all I need to do is glue that LED back in there like I want, and then go over to the lathe, run the wires, and I'll be set. So, pretty much another job done here. Running the wires will be actually just a piece of cake. Basically, run the wires and then and hook them up just the way I just had it hooked up here. And it'll work just fine. I think that's going to work really good. Being able to put that box in behind the machine, I won't have to worry about chips or anything getting into it. I'm going to put a dab or a blob of glue on the backside there, and unplug that. I don't need that no more. I do think though that I am going to run those wires out the back hole on this instead of the front hole, because this is coming out of the front of the box, because it sits on there like that, and I'd rather have them out the back, less visible and a little bit more out of the way. I may go ahead and turn up some grommets though to put in there to protect. I have some nylon. I'll just turn up a nylon grommet to fit in there, and and then I'm going to call it good and put everything together. Once I get everything all put together, I'll give you another last video of it, and how it works and whatnot. But for now, I think I'm going to call that good and ready to go. So until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys later.